Ho fatto registrazione.
Allora, quando mi dici possiamo andare? Ok. Good. So, good morning to all of you and welcome from Riyadh to the participants watching this webinar from Italy and to the speakers here in Saudi Arabia. I'd like to thank His Excellency Roberto Cantone, Ambassador of Italy to Saudi Arabia, all the speakers. We are really very grateful to you for your essential contribution to this event, Anie Federation, and all the Italian companies. You are so many, I was told 80 participants, so I'm glad for this strong interest in Saudi Arabia. Our goal today is to provide you with some insights on the opportunities that this market may offer. This webinar is the first step of the program organized together with Anie. And I would like to thank really warmly Sara Fragasso and Alice Bertazzoli and all Anie staff for the usual very friendly and efficient collaboration. The second step will be an event of B2B online, where you will have the chance to meet with your potential counterparts in Saudi Arabia. At the end of this webinar, there will be a Q&A session, so you can ask the speakers more practical details on the main issues discussed during their speeches. So please write your questions and the expert will answer to you. Our each office is at your complete disposal in the next month for further information and assistance, and we are willing to help you to decide if this market is really interesting for you, for your company, and to prepare the bilateral meetings. As the webinar is meant to be short, we can start now without hesitation with the speeches, and I'm very glad to leave the floor to His Excellency Roberto Cantone. So, please, Ambassador.
Thank you, Enrico. Gentile Vice President Maspero, gentile Direttore Barbieri, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let me say that I'm very glad today to have the opportunity to open this important webinar dedicated to business opportunities for electrical engineering and electronic companies in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. I wish to thank Anie and the Italian Trade Agency Office for organizing this event that is the proof of the extreme vitality of the Italian production system, and that shows our wish as government and institutions to support our economic national system in this difficult period of health emergency. I am also happy to welcome on this virtual platform such an important number of operators and business representatives of a vital sector of our economy. I believe that this event represents a good opportunity to show the attractiveness of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia as a country with extraordinary business opportunities. The recent economic reforms under Vision 2030, the excellent work of the Ministry of Investment to simplify procedures and facilitate the opening of new companies in the Kingdom, as well as the vast opportunities offered by the Giga project, should represent great incentives for Italian companies to invest in this country. For that reason, I invite you all to look with interest at this perspective that we see as an important framework to develop new sectors such as infrastructure, manufacturing, logistics, energy, healthcare, tourism, entertainment, all sectors that touch the hardcore business of Anie Associates. I'm speaking of technological innovation, smart cities, green mobility, automation toward digitalization, all sectors in which your companies have a long-standing tradition of excellence. So once again, I would like to encourage all of you to consider this market at its great opportunities. The Embassy of Italy, for sure, and also the Italian Trade Agency Office can offer support where needed, and we will be very glad to hear from your experiences. I hope that this webinar will offer the occasion to go deep into these topics. Unfortunately, I have been informed that I have to be at the Minister of Foreign Affairs in 30 minutes. For that reason, I will not be able to follow all the debate, but it's with great pleasure that I leave the floor to the Vice President of Anie, Mr. Andrea Maspero, wishing you all a successful and fruitful webinar. Thank you, Enrico.
Thank you, colleague and distinguished guest. I'm completely agree the word of His Excellency Roberto Cantone. Anie is the house of technology. And Saudi Arabia, for us, is a great opportunity to working together in all the fields typically of Anie: renewable energy, transport, electronic and electrotechnic field, smart grid, everything. We represent 1,500 companies. Most of them are small and company. 84 billion of total turnover. More than 50% of this turnover is exported, also in Saudi. Saudi for us is a very big opportunity because you need and we need of all this product for your market. Let me introduce a little bit also what we can do together. Apart that we can work in this field, we are in second position after Germany, so we are one of the strongest companies in Europe, and we have a manufacturing vocation. So all of these companies are vocated to export the goods. Our force is the small and medium-sized company, because we are very proud to working with Saudi Arabia and to export all the good as we make in all the world. The total turnover in Saudi is 14 billion of euros, and we need to represent, Saudi have to represent our strategic market in the near future. Thank you.
So many thanks, Mr. Maspero, for your welcome and for your speech. I now take the opportunity to give you a quick overview on the present economic situation in Saudi Arabia. As we want to be brief, I'm not going to give you statistics, only a few figures just to give you an idea of the general situation and of some opportunities you may be interested in. We sent to our head office and to Anie a brief note where you can find the data and the economic outlook for further analysis. I'd rather give you some essential information, and if you are interested in some specific issues, we can assist you personally after the webinar. I think it may be interesting for you also to know about some of the main projects that are taking place in Saudi Arabia, the so-called giga projects. If you would like to know more about them, I invite you to participate in the webinar that ICE will organize together with the Italian Embassy and with the Saudi Ministry of Investment on the 26th of November. You will receive all the information from our head office. And now, let's see some essential figures. I just have to give me some seconds to connect. Dunque, Questo allora? Just a moment, excuse me, I have some problems in the connection. Ah, okay, yes, I lost something here. And okay. Okay, can you see now the...
Yeah, we can see now the presentation. Thank you very much.
Very good, very good. I have to go a little back because it is not the first slide, but anyway, so we start from this one. And so, Italian total export to Saudi Arabia in 2019 was 3.9 billion euros. As you see, Italy is the 8th exporter to Saudi Arabia, right after France, and followed by South Korea and the United Kingdom. The Italian export in all sectors of Anie companies, according to Anie source, was 398 million euros in 2019. But what is the general economic situation at the moment? And which are the perspectives? Also for Saudi Arabia's economy, as it has happened all over the world, the outlook has deteriorated over the course of 2020. The country has been hit by a combination of two main factors, COVID-19 and the plummet in global oil prices. Some figures hit by a combination, some figures on this last aspect explains quite clearly the situation. The break-even oil prices for Saudi Arabia is around $83 a barrel, while this year the price is at average close to $40 a barrel. Because of this situation, the fiscal deficit this year will be higher than expected, and just a moment, I have some problems here with the, it's too, I went too fast, so I don't know, there is, sorry, just, I mean, I tried many times and it was perfect, but now we have some problems. Anyway, so regarding the financial situation, the fiscal deficit this year will be higher than expected, around 11.5% of GDP, instead of the projected 6.6%. Gross debt is expected to grow about 50%, reaching around 35% of GDP. The good news is that the International Monetary Fund made an upward revision to his projection for GDP growth this year from minus 6.8% in the July report to minus 5.4% in the October report. And it expects an increase of 3.1% next year. So this is a good news, and it means that the situation should improve. We all know how it is challenging to make forecasting in this difficult time, of course. That depends so much on COVID-19 evolution and on oil prices. Anyway, for the moment, the situation in Saudi Arabia appears difficult, but not so dramatic considering the global picture. In any case, this means that the government will have to make cuts in some areas and to reduce capital expenditure. But it's important to underline that despite the decline we have seen in multi-billion-dollar contract awards since March this year, according to the observers, Saudi Arabia remains one of the regional economies most likely to emerge from 2020 with a positive outlook. So this is, I think, an important news for the companies, because we can see the future with a certain optimism, and we know that there is a very strong decision of the Saudi government to proceed, to go ahead with the projects. This forecast is based partly on the ability of the government to finance spending either through its financial reserves or its rising propensity for debt issuance. This attitude seems to include the projects that are considered really strategic and at the same time also symbolic in the framework of Vision 2020, which objective is to transform the economy and diversify it, reducing its dependence from oil economy. So this is really the aim that the government has. Furthermore, the government is trying to increase the private sector participation, refocusing on public-private partnerships, the PPP. Anyway, as a general overview, according to Middle East Business Intelligence, Saudi Arabia has $161 billion worth of active projects under execution and $404 billion of projects in pre-execution. So this gives you an idea of the power of the financial instruments that Saudi Arabia can use to boost these projects. So I will now give a very brief introduction to the so-called Giga project and to another big project regarding Riyadh's sustainable city, which is not technically considered a Giga project, but anyway, it is very important and very big. So I think it may be interesting also because it is going to change the image and the shape of Riyadh. As I can say only a few words today, I suggest you to have a look at the websites of these projects and to check how to register in the vendors lists. This is a very important step. And I think it may be useful to watch the webinar I already mentioned on the 26th of November. Anyway, Mr. Loay and Mr. Fabio Cipri will probably add and say something more on this issue. So let's see the Giga project very briefly. Just, I repeat, to give you a short insight, a very short, just an idea, I mean, of what they can mean for your company and what is involved. So let's look at NEOM, which is located near the border with Egypt and Jordan. It will cover a total area of 26,000 square kilometers, and it is planned to host over 1 million residents. The estimated construction cost of the project is $500 billion. So it's really a huge amount of money. It is intended to be an independent economic zone with its own laws, taxes, and regulations. It aims to be an innovative hub and to host technological companies thanks to its strategic geopolitical position. So this is a very ambitious program, and we are going to update the companies on the developments of this project. We also hope we can organize next year some specific events on the single Giga projects. And our dream in this condition is also to bring some Italian companies to visit these sites. So I hope that as soon as the coronavirus emergency is finished, we can really do this. Otherwise, we will organize webinars. Let's go to Qiddiya. Qiddiya is an $8 billion entertainment city. It will be located on more than 300 square kilometers. The site will house over 300 recreational and educational facilities, such as a 20,000-seat cliff-top stadium, a Formula One racetrack, a Six Flags theme park, golf courses, and cinemas. The phase 1 of KIDIA, planning, design, construction, testing, and grand opening, is scheduled to open in 2023. Of course, these are the official data regarding the deadlines and the complexion of the projects. As you know very well, it's not always easy to conclude the projects as forecasted, especially in this situation. But anyway, I think that also if there will be a delay, as I said, the intention of the government is very strong to go ahead and to complete these projects. A contract to develop the multiple utilities infrastructure should be awarded at the end of this year. The bidders are led by local utilities developers, Aqua Power and Alpha Nam. Let's go to the next giga project, which is the Red Sea project. It is a luxury tourism resort. It is located along 200 kilometers of coastline on the Red Sea. So it is not far from Egypt. And it is a wonderful area. It is a virgin area. The sea is fantastic, for what I was told. And so there is a great potential. The site area is approximately 30,000 square kilometers, and it will include 50 new hotels with 8,000 rooms and the town for 35,000 inhabitants. Phase 1, which is to include 14 hotels with 3,000 rooms across 5 natural islands and 2 inland sites, is expected to be completed in 2022. Just to give you an idea, I don't know, you can see probably for the image something, but there are something like 80 islands, natural islands in this area. So the natural scenario is really wonderful. An airport with capacity for 1 million passengers per year is expected to be completed in 2022. The next project I want to show is Amala. Amala is again a tourist resort. It is an ultra-luxury project located on Saudi Arabia northwestern coast. The site area is around 4,000 square kilometers, and it will consist of 2,500 luxury hotel rooms, 700 residential villas, an equestrian club, and 4 yacht marinas. The scheme will be divided into 3 communities: the Tripoli Bay, the coastal development, and the island. A multi-utilities package for the project is expected to be tendered within this year or the beginning of the next year. So these are the 4 main giga projects. Now let's have a quick look to Riyadh Sustainable City, which is a project coordinated by the Royal Commission for Riyadh, and it is based on a program of urban planning and civil engineering worth over $23 billion US. It aims to transform the capital through 4 major projects that we are going to see now. The King Salman Park should cover 13 square kilometers near the old airport in Riyadh, with the objective to create one of the world's largest urban parks. The project will include Royal Art Complex, theaters, cinemas, art academies, an educational center to develop young talent, cultural facilities like 7 museums, monuments, and iconic works of art, sport facilities like a Royal Golf Green, sports complex, etc., a visitor center, and then residential, office, commercial, and hospitality facilities. So as you see, a lot of construction is involved. Green Riyadh is not so much regarding construction, because as the name said, it is more focused on the green. So as people who have been to Riyadh know that Riyadh is lacking green areas, and so the aim of the project is to increase the size of green areas from the current 1.5% to 9% of the total urban surface of the city, in order to reach more than 500 square kilometers. The project will include the optimization of treated wastewater for irrigation by increasing the urban use from 90,000 cubic meters to more than 1 million cubic meters per day through a new wastewater treatment network. The project completion is expected in 2030. So here we have a deadline which is a little further. Then let's go to Riyadh Art. Riyadh Art is very interesting. I will tell you why. First of all, it aims to transform the city of Riyadh into an open art fair, mixing the traditional with the contemporary. The project includes the creation of more than 1,000 monuments and works of art in different parts of the city. And I think it's quite interesting to know that the tender for Riyadh Art has been assigned to the Italian company Proger. It is an engineering company which is present in Riyadh and has participated to several projects and has worked here since many years already. So it is a great achievement for Italy and for the Italian company. Finally, Sports Boulevard, it will cover 135 kilometers and will offer sports, artistic, cultural, recreational, and environmental activities. So I don't know if some of you don't know, I've never been in Saudi Arabia. I'd like to say that this focus on sports, on entertainment is very important, of course, because of the new phase of Saudi Arabia, which open to tourism and which would like to be open to the world. And so all these projects are, as I said, also symbolic because they show the change that is going on in Saudi Arabia, and which is very, very important. Okay, so I finished with my slides. Now I can close, and I will continue giving the floor to the other speakers. And first of all, I don't know, because there is Mr. Yeroub Al-Dakiter who had the problem with an appointment. So I think that he said that he should leave at 10 past 1. So we have the main...
Enrico,
yes?
It's been sorted. I'll be staying until 1:30.
Ah, okay, perfect. So thank you, Yeroub. So we give the floor to Mr. Loay Al Baba, because his speech will be a sort of general overview. So this is why we think that it may be interesting to have it now. And so Engineer Loay Al Baba is the General Manager of Middle East Gateway, which is a group founded in 1999 with the goal of being a gateway for international companies to access the Middle East market. Middle East Gateway is specialized in works of planning, engineering, designing, operation and maintenance, in performing turnkey projects and offering integrated engineering power solutions and technical support of communications, security and monitoring systems. So I think that his speech may be very interesting for you, because he has really a wide experience in Saudi Arabia, and he has also had many contacts with Italian companies. So I am very glad to give the floor to Mr. Loay Al Baba, please.
Thank you, Mr. Enrico, for the introduction, and I wish this meeting to be useful for the attendee. There's no doubt that the Saudi market is a promising market these days, and it's growing fast. My belief is, as most of the companies who are not be able to have a big projects, and most of the small to medium business companies will be having a chance to pre-qualify themselves at the beginning now of these big projects or mega projects that Mr. Enrico has introduced. The chances available while it needs a lot of hard work to start from now to have a chance. You know, this kind of mega projects is going to be ended with the vision of 2030, but still a bigger chance is available. My presentation will be a bit more technical and hope it's going to be useful. I'll try to include the presentation. Just I'm having to scan the screen. Just give me a chance, please. Wait a moment.
Mr. Loay, we can see your presentation now. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Okay,
that's good. That's good. The time available is around 20 minutes. I'm trying to go within the period allowed to us. The main topic we're going to be talking about today is power solutions for infrastructure, industry, and transport within the kingdom, and renewable energy future impact on Middle East countries. I will go with these two subjects one by one. Some of the slides might be duplicated with Mr. Enrico introduction, but it's going to be useful too at the same time. There's no doubt that power production is changing. You know, most of the old production was not too much good for environment, and all the world now is going to the new technology of producing power, utilizing the renewable energy. The most important problem for the renewable energy is not stable, and that will make more challenge for the production to be monitored and organized in a good stabilization way. And that also, the new kind of loads available these days will make more pressure on the operation point of view and the cost of operation to have accurate feeds for the power that will be suitable for the existing load. The demanding is increasing with more accuracy. Here, the next slide, I'm going to show this for the load. I'm going to show a critical or typical production line where we can see that the main power should be available, the storage of the power, the microgrid, and the renewable energy available with the load. The main factor or products of electrical will be used by Italian companies will be covering the production and the load itself. This is another typical situation where you can see that the stability is an issue, the load is available here, and power factor is important also, or capacitors for making more efficiency for the power coming. Italian products involved in this kind of technology, part of them are related to generation, and the other are related to load. For generation, solar systems is one. It's just samples for that one. Power generators and alternators is the second one. Power storage, voltage switch gears, distribution transformers. Regarding the load, all what's mentioned above is regarding the production, while for regarding the load, electric motors, electrical water pumps, hydraulic pumps. The one coming with blue is that these fields are, Italy has a very good name within Saudi Arabia market for their products, and which have bigger chance also to have presence within Saudi market. Power factor capacitors, power distribution cabinets and bus bars, automation, industrial machinery. Italian technology is very effective with industrial and packing, production lines, etc. It has been a proven presence available within Saudi Arabia now these days. Lighting, domestic appliances, and electrical plugs with switches. Of course, cable and accessories. I got these figures from United Nations about the Italian exports to Saudi Arabia for the last 10 years. No doubt it was to the maximum within 2014, but you know the international economic situation has been affecting this period for the last 2 years. Italy export Saudi Arabia was 3.7 million billions during 2019, according to United Nations Contract database. The part of electrical and electronics is coming to 250 million roughly within 2019. Saudi Arabia has a vision of 2030, and that's very promising for most of the investors and producers to participate within the coming 10 years to participate within this competition. Part of the second round of the Saudi National Renewable Energy Program has a renewable energy strategy, which Saudi government intends to deploy around 40 gigawatt of solar power as part of the maybe 60 gigawatt available renewable energy implementation. This is to meet the goals of the Vision 2030, and the first tender was for around 700 megawatt of this project. As a third-party judgment of the Saudi economy, Deloitte here has announced that Saudi Arabia has a number of mega projects to help transform, as Mr. Enrico has already shown part of these projects. The second issue with all these circumstances in the world for the financially, there is a report by Saudi Investment Bank confirmed that the liquidity available in the market these days have a very better chance comparing with all of the surrounded countries. Now, to enter Saudi market, I used logics for two scenarios. This is actually to explain how much the availability of a local partner will be helpful for the foreign companies to participate in Saudi. There's no doubt that if you need to enter Saudi market, you should have the courage, the strong will, and to follow up and reach this goal. This insistence that the supplier should have is very important to reach the target. The second, there's no doubt that the owner of the product is the best one who can defend it in the market. This means that it's better if the vendor manage market from inside Saudi himself and not from outside. That he should come and see the market, check the competition, the warehouses, the difficulty of importing, make the judgment himself. The other doubt, there's no doubt that it's better to be available in Saudi market with minimum cost. I mean, try to be available for especially for small to medium companies with not too much establishment cost, not too much overhead, no rent cost, and that will make a result. It's better to work with Saudi under Saudi umbrella company and pay as you grow for only the services you are getting, while you concentrate only on your business and development. Here, it's just advices from different studies I got how to enter Saudi market with only laws. Sorry, the next one. Now, there's no doubt that relation but plus information will give you business. So that in this scenario, you can use the Saudi partner relations, plus you can use your information about your product, in addition to the information from the Saudi partner about the local market and how to create the demand. Of course, that will have the profit and then you can share some of that profit with the Saudi partner. Here we come to the laws which we was talking about. Just 10 main laws advised to you we use to sell in Saudi using electronic marketing. Main thing: sell on current website, ship from Italy. Saudi local partner can do all the homework needed to let client get shipment on time. Sell your product directly on international marketplace just for advertisement, so you can manage your products directly from Italy. Ship internationally using third-party service. Drop items to Saudi directly. Then here you can use your partner services. Partner with Saudi company to stock and ship. So because many of the services need to have stock within the Saudi market. Support international payment methods, of course, whether directly or with the Saudi partner help. Then support Saudi real currencies clearly to feel confident for the client, and offer a local customer service in Saudi with Arabic language. The ninth one, localize your site using Saudi site, so you build the confidence. Maybe you can pay some more money to have e-commerce solution. This is a bit expensive but profitable. You know, you don't need to use all of these, but if you use some or part of these rules, will be too much added value to help companies, especially small to medium business, to enter Saudi market. The second topic which we are talking about now is renewable energy future impact on Middle East countries. And today, countries around the world are more firmly committed than ever before, accelerating renewable energy deployment from three parts of view, or four parts: technology of innovation, enabling policies, and the drive to address climate change and value a business case. All this has put the renewables at the center of the global energy transformation. Here you can see that Saudi Arabia and UAE actually are the best countries having highest solar exposure rates in the world. This is the main added value for the location. Renewable energy use, especially from solar photovoltaic electricity, now is growing as much faster than any kind of economy in the world. The significant cost reduction of solar panel was too much increased. Photovoltaic is one of the main, of course, key technology options to implement the shift to energy supply, and can be deployed in a modular way almost wherever on the planet. The main advantage that solar resources across the world are abundant and cannot be controlled or monopolized by one country. The challenge here is cost reduction, policy support, and technology improvement. Regarding the cost, the rate of photovoltaic has been 80% cheaper now comparing with the price in 2009. This is significant degrees of the cost will too much affect the production and the implementation. And as a technology improvement, you know, last month, you know, there was a 3 layers improvement for the photovoltaic modules, which make it more efficient and make the projects for the execution is too much less cost. Policy support. Renewable energy increasingly makes business sense for policy makers and investors. For this reason, renewable energy will continue driving the global energy transformation while benefiting the environment and our collective future. Here is some of the building integrated photovoltaic. It's now starting in Saudi, and some of the universities here are making researches about this, how to utilize the building before it's built to be comply with renewable energy. Here are just some samples. I just can show some. This project done by King Fahd University in Eastern Province to utilize the shades as a solar panel for the future buildings within Saudi Arabia. You know, in Saudi Arabia, we have too much sun, and most of the windows supposed to have shade to reduce the direct sun inside the rooms, and this shade can be used to be a solar panel. This study can be taken anytime, and I have included the website from the university, which include more results and more information. A grid connection now for small business now is growing in Saudi, and the government has allowed anyone who would like to use power in both directions, producing and consuming at the same time. The rules now are available, and it started that many of the houses within Saudi Arabia now has a grid type inverter connectivity, which also grow with demand. You can start with one small system, then put another one, add another one. Of course, with the increase of electricity bill also, that make it more physically better situation. You know, any solar panel system consists of the inverter and the modules then connected to the power grid. Sorry. Here is the dedicated debate. This is one of the mega projects which Mr. Enrico was talking about, which is NEOM. It's really one of the biggest projects in the Middle East and maybe in the world, and which have a complete vision of having energy transformation depending on renewable energy. I have maybe you can have a small video about it.
Society was built on revolutionizing energy, but we know that many of our practices are harmful, wasteful, and coming to an end. It's no secret we need to shift to renewable energy and technology for the future. NEOM is poised to build this energy landscape, boasting a boundless supply of natural resources and an ideal climate. NEOM aims to be built and powered completely by renewable energy. We're committed to R&D and technological development, and will be able to meet all consumption needs at scale, carbon-free, from residential to industrial, and transportation to heavy industries. NEOM will bring together the best minds and talents to leverage the energy shift that's begun in places like Germany or Norway, where around 50% of power is supplied via solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal sources, and where they're piloting microgrid technology for better energy distribution and reliability. Imagine what we can do.
I'm sorry, Mr. Loay, as we can't see the video, I don't know if you can go ahead with the presentation. Thank you very much.
Okay. The other projects has been mentioned by Mr. Enrico, SpA Solar Projects, Wadi Shamal Project, King Salman Energy Park. It's just a sample of all the mega projects available at the moment. Saudi Arabia has implemented power purchase agreement that any investor from outside internationally can produce power, and the government has the commitment to purchase it from it. This is open a chance for solar power companies to implement their systems and sell it depending on the service itself. Layla solar power plants is one of the projects also to talk about. This is what I mentioned about my project. Hopefully it was useful.
So, thank you, Mr. Loay. And so if you finish your speech, we can go ahead, and I would like to give the floor to, I see still the Is it possible to close, please, the slide? And anyway, I'm going to give the floor to Mr. Yaroub Al-Tagiter, who is the International Office Director in Paris of the Ministry of Investment of Saudi Arabia. So the important fact is he's also responsible for several European countries. I don't know now because there are so many. I don't remember all of the countries. But anyway, these countries include Italy. So I think that it may be an important contact for you, for the companies interested in Saudi Arabia. And we work strictly together with the Ministry of Investment. We are going to organize together with them the webinar on the Giga projects, and also Yaroub will be there, will be speaking, so you will see him again soon. So thank you very much, Yaroub, for being here, and I give you the floor, but I still see the PowerPoint. So is it possible to close, please, Mr. Loay? There is a problem in closing the PowerPoint?
Yeah, please, Mr. Loay, can you stop sharing? Thank you very much.
Yes, please.
Okay,
perfect. Thank you.
So please, Yaroub, the floor is yours. Thanks, many thanks.
Yes, thank you so much, Enrico. Yes, I am very lucky to be responsible for beautiful Italy, even though I am located in Paris. So right now I'm in Riyadh because of the confinement, but I'll be returning to Paris on the 28th of November. And if any of the Italian investors would like to meet with me personally once the COVID crisis is over, I'll be more than happy to directly go to beautiful Italy. Actually, I'm looking for any excuse to go to Italy. So please don't hesitate to use me. Right.
Perfect. We can see now the presentation, Mr. Yaroub. Go ahead. Thank you very much.
Very good. Thank you very much. So first of all, thank you very much for this invitation, and thank you for organizing this webinar. So thank you to all who worked so hard for this webinar to take place today. Right. Unfortunately, I've been given only 10 minutes to present. I'm going to talk about the energy sector in Saudi Arabia, but because it's only 10 minutes, I'm going to focus on one of the pillars of the energy sector in Saudi Arabia. We have 4 pillars in Saudi Arabia on the energy sector. Renewable energy is one of them. So I'll be focusing on renewable energy today. Should you have any questions on the other pillars, I'm going to mention briefly later on, please don't hesitate to contact me directly. Mr. Enrico will have my contact details. Just send me an email and I'll provide you with all the details you're looking for. Right, so this is an idea to give you just a picture, a high-level picture of Saudi Arabia when it comes to energy production and energy consumptions. As you can see, Saudi Arabia is actually the 11th country in the world to produce electricity, and we are placed 3rd as per capita consumption. So this indicates a high consumption in Saudi Arabia. Even though we're only 34 million, we are ranked 3rd in the world in electricity consumptions. And this indicates that there's a lot of opportunities for to create energy efficiency in Saudi Arabia as well. So this gives you an idea about the policies of the government towards energy, where we are standing today and where we're planning to be in 10 to 15 years from now, according to the Vision 2030. So I mentioned the 4 pillars for the energy itself. So basically we had the first pillar is the renewable energy, and we're looking to increase the renewable energy percentage in production share in Saudi Arabia from approximately less than 1% today, all the way to 30% of the energy produced by 2030 must be renewable energy. Okay, the production of the conventional energy will increase as well from the 84 to 115 gigawatts. However, to be more efficient, it will be switched from liquid fueled generation to natural gas generation. Again, it's all about increasing the efficiency of power generation in Saudi Arabia. And finally, the final leg, the fourth leg, again, is to focus on energy efficiency. How can we get more of that energy that we produce in order to be more efficient and drop from that ranking of being the third per capita consumption in the world. You can see also very small percentage of 2 to 3 gigawatt on nuclear energy by the year 2030. Right. So sorry. If I go back to that to that picture, you'll see that there is an increase of almost 40 or over 40% actually of energy production. Why do we need such a large increase in production in energy in 10 years' time? So basically what we have is for 3 reasons. The first one is because we are committed to create 1.5 million new residential units to house a growing population. Industry, we have plans in the Vision 2030 to increase our industry base and also commercial. Saudi Arabia is opening up to the world. We have a lot of events taking place now, new industries being created like the tourism. All this will require to be powered by this increase in energy. Right, now I'm going to focus on the renewable energy. Again, as I mentioned earlier, should you have any questions about the other columns on the energy, please don't hesitate to contact me and I'll provide you with all the details you need. Right, so Saudi Arabia is well placed. It's been mentioned earlier, it is well placed in the world for both solar energy and wind energy. So when you look at this map, it's ranked as 6th in the world for the highest potential for production of solar energy, and we are ranked at 13th globally for the potential of production of onshore wind. Looking at this opportunity regarding renewable energy, obviously needs to be managed. And the goal of moving from less than 1% all the way to 30% for the production of energy using renewable energy requires a very robust project management to ensure that we reach those goals. So RIPDO, the National Renewable Energy Program, is being managed by what we call RIPDO, which is the Program of the Renewable Energy Project Development Office. So these people are responsible, this organization is actually responsible to deliver on the commitment to have 30%, at least 30% of the energy produced by Saudi Arabia, 30% being sourced from renewable energy. You can see their website, powersaudiarabia.com.sa, and I encourage you to visit that website. That program is being issued by the Ministry of Energy. So, RIPDO has created a process in order to assess the best places and how to support potential investors regarding creating renewable energy. So basically what they did is actually they engaged the stakeholders, they have renewable GIS analysis, they looked at the land availability, they look at the development status, the output, the displacement of high value fuels, and the economy development that all the energy, the renewable energy will have impact on. And also the long-term water and power plant need to support those programs. When you look at all these, this is all managed by RIPDO in order to do all the pre-work needed to create the investment opportunity that I'll be talking about shortly. So based on the process I mentioned earlier by RIPDO, RIPDO have identified all those sites in Saudi Arabia for the creation of renewable energy farms or nodes. Obviously, Saudi Arabia is focusing on 3 areas: solar, wind, and CSP. So we're looking for over 35 parks to be developed by the year 2030. And it's going to be spread across the kingdom, and it will be deployed gradually to mitigate the new technology needed for that matter. Right, now let's focus on the current project, what is taking place now. So basically what happened now, if you look at round 1, round 2, and round 3, this is the latest project. So basically round 1 was the assigned project that has been signed and won by companies. We're looking at Sakaka and Domat Al Jandal. One is solar energy and the other one is a wind farm. So those has been, SECACA has been awarded to Aqua Power, and Domat Al Jandal has been awarded to a consortium of the French and Emirati consortium led by the French company EDF, which is electrical EDF, Électricité de France. Round two, we're talking about the project that are about to be awarded. These are too late to compete for, and the companies have been shortlisted for those projects, and basically the contracts are about to be signed. We expect the announcement of those companies or those contracts hopefully before the end of this year. And finally, round three is actually where the bidding process is taking place, and that's where the companies are bidding for those opportunities that are taking place in Saudi Arabia now. In all honesty, it's even for round three, it's too late for any company who would like, from Italy especially, who would like to start compete for those projects. What I would recommend is to get in line for round four and the follow-up rounds that are coming up for the next round of project that we announce for competition. Right. There is an agreement between the Ministry of Energy and the local content procurement authority. So basically, we understand that those are major projects, and as part of the Vision 2030, we're looking to create a renewable energy industry based in Saudi Arabia as well. So those projects that I mentioned will require a certain percentage to be localized in Saudi Arabia, to be produced in Saudi Arabia. For the current round that I mentioned earlier, we're looking for 17 to 19% of localization. So basically, from the project to create renewable energy for the hardware, we're looking for 17 to 19% of it to be sourced or manufactured locally. This will increase gradually for the midterm from the year 2024 to 2025. So we're looking for an increase from the 17-19% to 33 to 35% of localization. And for the long term, which is 2028 and onwards, we're looking for 40 to 45% increased localization. Again, there will be a support regarding localizations. We're looking for certain technology to be imported, to be created in Saudi Arabia, and you will be supported in that technology transfer. So we've got the SIDF, which is the Saudi Investment Development Fund. So this investment fund will provide up to 75% of the project cost will be funded by that fund. So up to 75%, again, depending on the locations of the project itself. Okay, so what are we looking for? Really, we're looking for the solar PV manufacturing and wind manufacturing, components of solar and wind manufacturing to be done in Saudi Arabia. I mentioned earlier the two projects that's been awarded, SECACA and Domat Al Jandal. These are the data of both projects. I'm not going to go into details. we all know how to read a PowerPoint, but the data are here. You can take a look at the cost itself, at the timeline from the request for qualification all the way to the grid connection. So each project is detailed regarding the timeline. Again, these are examples of two projects that have been awarded. One to Aqua Power, and the other one is to Domat Al Jandal. Sorry, to consortium led by EDF. So this ends my presentation. I hope I'm sticking to the 10 minutes. Again, I apologize for being so short, but again, I needed to make it short in order to be able to fit it in the 10 minutes. The Ministry of Investment is here to support you. Should you need any help, please don't hesitate to contact us. We're here to help you. We're here to support you. My contact is there. Again, I'll be more than happy to travel directly to your location in Italy once the COVID-19 crisis is over, and I'm looking forward to it to be over to visit Italy. There are rules and regulations. Again, you can represent yourself 100% in Saudi Arabia, or you can choose a partner. This is a commercial choice that you decide. And based on that, we will support you to move forward, and we'll provide all the support you need for that. Either to find the financial support, or the partner support, or even identifying locations for you set up your location in Saudi Arabia. There are changes, laws and regulations coming in line or being prepared in line. So one of them is actually companies that produce locally will have a priority over companies that import. So this is very important. This is being prepared in the background now. It will come as a law. We're also looking at another thing that's been worked out is that for foreign companies to establish themselves, the headquarters, the regional headquarters in Saudi Arabia. So if you do that, establish a regional headquarters in Saudi Arabia and start and use it to service the other market around Saudi Arabia, you will have benefits. For example, you'll have 50-year corporate tax-free provided by the Saudi government, and will have special treatment regarding Saudization and other opportunities. This is a special economic zone for that matter will be created and will be announced hopefully sometimes during the month of January 2021. This is my time. Thank you very much for for listening to me. And if you have any query, please don't hesitate at the end of this event. Thank you.
So I really thank Mr. Yarouba Dagite for your overview. Very interesting, very clear. And I think it has been very useful for the Italian companies. But the most important thing is that, as you said, you are in Paris, so you are dealing with Italy, and you are the contact point for Italian companies willing to work in and to invest in Saudi Arabia. So I think that your support may be very, very important for the Italian companies. And I would also like to say that your speech, also if it was focused on energy and renewable energy, showed also some information regarding the transformation that is going on in Saudi Arabia. For instance, you mentioned that there is the project of building 1.5 million new residential units by 2030. And so this is I think a very interesting information also, because it gives a real idea of what's going on in Saudi Arabia, the transformation that is going on, and the importance of the projects regarding the transformation, the real transformation of the economy. So I think that there are very, very good opportunities for the future. And of course, as you pointed out, it's important also to be more present in the country, but this I think is something that is true for all the countries. I mean, if you want to work, you have you need to have a basis, in some way in the country where you're working, as also engineer Loay Al Baba pointed out. So I think this is something that is going to be very important also for the future, for the marketing, for the customer service, etc. So thanks a lot, thanks a lot, and see you soon. I mean, in a few days, on the 26th of November.
Absolutely, sir.
Good. So now the next speech is the speech of Mr. Tamer Kaza, who is the General Manager for Government Inspections and International Trade in TUV Rhineland Arabia. TUV Rhineland has been authorized by SASO to issue the product and shipment certificate for the goods which are exported to KSA. So I think that you probably know TUV Rhineland, which is a global independent body for testing, inspection, certification, consultation and training. Their role is very important in this phase in Saudi Arabia. They have an office here, as I said, and as there are a lot of certifications that the government is asking, so it's important to understand and to know well what is needed, because we really have a lot of requests from Italian companies that don't know so well what they have to do. Sometimes even the importers, the Saudi importers, don't really have a clear picture of the situation, because many of the rules have been published, have been decided recently. So sometimes it's not easy also for the local. So I think that the role of companies like TUV Rhineland is very important, and I really hope you can give some good and precise information on how to export to Saudi Arabia. So I leave you the floor.
Please, Mr. Tamer, can you turn on your mic, because we can't hear you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Okay, now we can hear you. You can start. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you. First of all, I would like to thank Italian Trade Agency to invite us to be part of this webinar. As explained by Mr. Enrico, we'll give you a quick brief about the latest regulation update to access to the Saudi Arabia. As you may be most of you aware about the regulation, it's changing in Saudi Arabia nowadays to try to protect the consumer. I will start with my presentation now. About TUV Rhineland is a global independent body for testing, inspection, and certification, consultation, and training services founded 150 years ago. We have a global network for more than 500 offices around the world in 56 countries. Okay, our webinar today, it will give you an overview about the SELEA scheme or SELEA program, SABR platform, and also will give you an idea about the Saudi quality mark, and also about SASO IEC recognition certificate, SIRC certificate, and also will give you an idea about the scope of SASO energy efficiency requirement. Saudi Product Safety Program, SELEA. We will give you an idea about what is the SELEA and what is the product classification as per the SELEA scheme. Also, we'll give you an overview about the technical regulation and also SASO quality mark. What is SELEA? SELEA is the Arabic word that means flawless or safe. SELEA is an integral system implemented on imported and local manufactured products and set the regulatory requirement, technical requirement, and control measures which should be applied by the economic operators and the authorities, which should monitor and ensure the implementation of those measures. The product classification as per the SELEA scheme, the scheme classified the products to 3 categories. We have high-risk products, medium-risk products, and low-risk products. For the high-risk products, SASO quality mark required. Medium-risk products only need to apply the product COC and shipment COC from SABR platform by involvement from the certification from approved certification bodies. For low-risk products, only a self-declaration of conformity need to be applied by the importer. No any technical review required for the low-risk products. Okay, the Saudi Product Safety Program, SELEA, this started by 2019, last year, and become to full enforcement by this year, 2020.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tamer, for we can't see all the presentation, especially the down side of the presentation. We see only the upper side.
Okay, I'm not sure what is the reason for this. For all slides?
Yeah, for the slides, yeah. I mean, you can make it full screen slideshow, I don't know.
Let me to see how can we... Is it bigger?
No, now it's too big. You can make it more.
Yeah, if you can do make it smaller, please, so that we can see everything. Okay, I think now it's better. It's a little small, but okay. Please go ahead.
Is it better now?
No, the same. I don't know if you can return as before and you use slideshow, or better if you can show it.
By the way, we can share the presentation also with all participants.
Yeah, okay, go ahead, because yeah, if you don't succeed, you can go ahead, and then we will send the presentation to all the companies. Thank you.
Okay, welcome. Thank you. Okay, Saudi Arabia published around 50 technical regulations. Okay, technical regulation including 5 technical regulation for building material. We have technical regulation for electrical products, chemical products. Let's say also for consumer products, we have 50 technical regulation issued by SASO to control and to be sure all the products exported to Saudi market complying with the requirement and safe to use for all the consumer in Saudi Arabia. For the Saudi quality mark, it is a conformity mark granted by SASO to be used on the products that have demonstrated compliance to Saudi standard and manufactured in a facility has an effective management system to ensure continuous conformance to the requirements of Saudi Arabia. The scope of the products under the Saudi quality mark, we have 4 main categories. We have a chemical, construction, electrical, and mechanical. Chemical products for also biodegradable plastic, and paint, it will be enforced later. Construction, we have for cement, ceramic, steel bars, and aluminium. For electrical products, this year, SASO decided to enforce the Saudi quality mark for electrical extension cords, already in the place since August 2020, and for the next year, 2021 February, it will be enforced also for cables, plugs, switches, and sockets, and also it will be enforced for insulator later on. Mechanical products for gas appliances now is required quality mark since 2018, and it will be also fire extinguisher will be a required quality mark in the future. This is the plan from SASO for the scope of the quality mark. Now also we'll give you a brief about SpA platform. As maybe most of you know that it's SpA, it is a web-based application designed by SASO to issue a SpA certificate of conformity for all products and shipments that exported to Saudi Arabia. This electronic certificate required to gain market access of the compliant products for both for local manufactured in Saudi Arabia and also for imported products. Okay, objective and features of SpA platform. The objectives are the business and consumer protection from non-conformity products and preventing forget products. Also for the time saving by facility and to reduce the required time of the product clearance by the Saudi customs. Also to accelerate procedures of issuing the desired certificate of conformity. features, it's a single window with the customs and other authority like MOCI, like SFDA, and some other authority like CITC also for telecom products. Also providing database of suppliers and products. And also this cyber platform will support for the traceability of product and shipment in the Saudi market. Also by this year, July 1st, 2020, SASO and Saudi Customs decided to make a link between cyber system and FASIH system. And for your information, this FASIH system is using on the Saudi Customs for the clearance purpose. The reason for this link between cyber and FASIH to facilitate the smooth entry of products to Saudi market. And it's already in place since July 2020. Also now I will try just to give you a list of products under the IECEE scheme. For the following list of the products that required special certificate from SASO to export to Saudi Arabia. This is certificate name, it's SIRC, SASO IEC Recognition Certificate. The scope, as you can see in the screen, we are talking about water pump, mobile phone, mobile chargers, wireless mobile chargers, power bank. We have also now for TVs, dishwashers, and laptop, and also we have for luminar unit and accessories. This is the scope of SIRC certificate. Also, we have some regulation for the energy efficiency in Saudi Arabia. We have 6 categories. We have air conditioners, we have refrigerator, freezers, and also for lighting products. And also recently SASO added for solar. Also we have for motors, vehicle, tires, and water heater. We can support you, as I explained to you, globally. We have our worldwide network, and especially for our Italian customers, we have our office in Italy, in Milan. We have Ms. Daniela Rado there. They can support all the manufacturers in Italy to facilitate to export to Saudi Arabia, as well as I'm here located in Saudi Arabia as a general manager for the government inspection and international trade in Saudi Arabia. And we are more than happy to support and answer any question related to the latest update and regulation in Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. Kaza, for your speech. And I would like now to give the floor to Fabio Cipri. Fabio is a partner of GESA KSA, which is a consultancy firm supplying corporate and management services for foreign investors in the kingdom. And he is the founder and partner of Cherakwa LLC, a Saudi Arabia-based company dealing with industrial projects in the oil and gas sector, with the production facilities located in Riyadh. So I think that the speech of Fabio may be interesting because he has been working in Saudi Arabia and in the Middle East for more than 18 years. So I think he's one of the Italians who has more experience of the market, and he knows what the Italian companies need. So I think that his speech may be very practical. And on the other side, he has an experience also in the oil and gas sector. So we didn't want to speak with a specific speech regarding the oil and gas sector because it is really a very wide issue. So we preferred, together with with Anie to focus on the energy in general and to construction. And while we would like to organize a webinar, a specific webinar on oil and gas, because it really requires more time to be explained. Anyway, I think that Fabio, thanks to his experience, can give just a few hints regarding also the oil and gas sector. So I leave you the floor for your speech, please.
Okay. Thank you, Enrico. Thank you for this opportunity, and thanks for the audience to be there. First of all, the content of my speech will be focused on three main topics. The one, as Enrico said, an idea how to be a vendors and how's going on about the procurement in Saudi Aramco. The second, how to use local distributors to export products from Italy and import products in Saudi Arabia. And then a short hint regarding a case history we follow up here in Saudi Arabia regarding a company, an Italian company related to Anie and Confindustria. So let's get started. First of all, as everybody knows, probably Saudi Aramco is, in terms of asset, the biggest company in the world and the largest oil producer in the world, and represent the Saudi government in the economy of Saudi Arabia. And it's, of course, the biggest client in Saudi Arabia for everything. As also Mr. Yarub of MESA said, Saudi Arabia now is implementing a strong policy of local content. Before, everybody can sell to Saudi Aramco for all around the world. Now, the procedure and the procurement of Saudi Aramco is drastically changing. As for my own experience, because actually, as also Enrico said, we are involved in several different sectors. We are actually vendors and local producer for Saudi Aramco. So as per my experience, I'll tell you what's going on and what is the main issues to enter this particular client. First of all, Saudi Aramco has two main lines and sector of procurement. One is for vendors, and the second is for manufacturer. And manufacturer can be overseas manufacturer or local manufacturer. How it works? Let's just get a typical example. Let's say that Saudi Aramco wants to procure some generation sets. The first issue, they're gonna prepare an RFQ or an RFP, means a request for proposal or request for quotation. This RFP must be, through the Aramco policy, sent first of all to local manufacturer. So companies that have been already registered in Saudi Aramco as a local manufacturer. If there's no company that they can manufacture in Saudi Arabia this kind of generation set with the specification they want, they're gonna escalate to vendors, so local vendors. That means Saudi companies that they are traders for these specific products, and they have agency agreement with a manufacturer of generation set. If even in this case, Aramco is not satisfied because the specification is not suitable for what they're doing, then they're gonna go and search around all around the world. So as you can see, first of all, they check what they can find locally in Saudi Arabia. Then in terms of manufacturer, then in terms of trading, and then they see all around the world. That's what does it mean? Means that it's pretty complicated now, I'll tell you, for companies that they are not located in Saudi Arabia to sell products to Saudi Aramco, because before you will be reached by Saudi Aramco, will be of course, several competitors that they're already located in Saudi Arabia, or they have vendors that they already have in the vendor list of Saudi Aramco. There is also something. Before, many companies, they could, let's say, enter in the vendor list of Saudi Aramco through what they said, a company opened by Saudi Aramco in Holland, in Netherlands, that is called Aramco Overseas. So, for instance, a generation set company in Italy could, before, let's say, be qualified by Saudi Aramco through Aramco Overseas in Holland. Unfortunately, since now almost 1 year, this cannot be done anymore. Saudi Aramco Overseas is not allowed to qualify any other company unless they are really critical for the procurement of Saudi Aramco. And mainly these companies are related to chemicals, chemicals for drilling and chemicals for refineries. So any kind of products now to be procured by Saudi Aramco should go through local manufacturers in Saudi Arabia, through vendors in Saudi Arabia already qualified by Saudi Aramco, and only special cases will be procured directly in overseas country. This is not to discourage companies, but it's just to, let's say, reset the mindset of our Italian companies to identify themselves to enter in this market, moving probably in this market. Okay, opening an office, opening a company, in case if, of course, from feasibility study gonna work, opening a facility, a manufacturing facilities in Saudi Arabia. Now, since many companies in Italy are small or medium companies, and probably they don't have the possibility, or even doesn't make any sense from business point of view, relocate manufacturing facilities in Saudi Arabia. So they prefer to export what they're doing, what they're already producing in Saudi Arabia. Now, exporting in Saudi Arabia needs, of course, to find a distribution channel in Saudi Arabia, or start a distribution channel in Saudi Arabia with a local partner from scratch. This is very important to highlight, has been already highlighted by Mr. Yaroub of MESA, that if you want to open a company in Saudi Arabia, you can open a company or a branch 100% owned by the Italian company. You don't need a local partner. To have a local partner is, let's say, a decision of commercial strategy. But in case you want to make trading, so export products from Italy in Saudi Arabia, you need a Saudi. You cannot do it by yourself. Means you cannot open a trading company in Saudi Arabia and import and distribute by yourself. You need to have an agreement with a local agent. Now, this also another misunderstanding I want to clarify, because it happens to us many times. Have a local agent in Saudi Arabia doesn't mean for Italian company to have signed an agency agreement. The agency agreement is just one of the requirements or one of the steps, but there are many steps to be registered for a Saudi entity to be registered as a Saudi agent for an Italian company. First of all, the process can be a little bit long and even a little bit pedantic, but it's important for you to understand that, first of all, you need to understand the quality of the potential agent you're gonna find. If the potential agent approach you, or by chance you approach him, gonna ask immediately exclusivity for all the country and forever, that's not at all a serious approach. Means the person of the company approaching you has not really serious intention. Exclusivity can be only for specific products, or a specific batch of products, can be only on a specific time frame, for instance 2 years, and check and evaluate what's happening in these 2 years, and can be only, for instance, in a specific region of Saudi Arabia. After the negotiation, and you come up with an agreement, this agreement should be made in double language, English and Arabic at least. And then this agreement should be attested by the Saudi embassy in Rome. Then this agreement is gonna move to Saudi Arabia. several attestations should be done before record the agreement into a specific agency of the Ministry of Commerce that is called Agency Record Department. And then the process gonna start. When the process and the auditing of the Ministry of Commerce is finalized, then you're gonna get a license. The distributor gonna get a license as a distributor for the specific products or services from this specific Italian company. So only after that, the Saudi company has the title as an agent of distributor of specific products of an Italian company. So this is very important. And consider, this is a typical case that happens to us pretty usual, that many companies, they think to have a distribution agreement valid, and all this process has not been done. So legally, they are not protected. And this is very, let's say, expose too much the Italians and the exporter, even to bribery and problem of credit collection. Another point that I want to highlight that agent or distributor, serious agent and distributors and professional, they usually agree a feasibility study or a business plan with the principal. And when I say the principal is the Italian company that want to distribute here. And downstream to the feasibility study, usually the good distributors, they request samples from the Italians to evaluate the samples. And after the first evaluation of samples, should be a first tentative batch of products to be spread on the market, to understand immediately the reaction of the market before further commitment, and understand from the feedback of the potential distributor where the Italian products should be, I don't know, modified, rearranged, reset for the local market. I would like to finalize just because my 10 minutes are almost gone, with a case history from an Italian company that is a successful Italian company. It's called CEG S.p.A. It's from Bibbiena, and the owner is Uberto Canaccini. They are specialized and one of the most important company in Europe for UPS and power electronics system. They already were selling in Saudi Arabia several of their systems, but seems the local content of Saudi Aramco and other clients, public clients and governmental clients they have pushed them to have a presence in Saudi Arabia. We support them to open, first of all, for them an operation and maintenance of a company for their products that they already distribute before in the kingdom. So we set up for them a limited liability company able to deliver all the after-sales services that the clients they want, because having a presence in Saudi Arabia gonna give you a really strong advantage to your competitors, because if the competitors are in US or in Germany or wherever, before they can enter in Saudi Arabia, get the visa, get the flights, can be really a pedantic issue for the clients. But if you have an office in Riyadh, Jeddah, Khobar, wherever, and you can support the client within 24 hours, that's make the difference. And second, to have advantage, we implement for them a local manufacturing factory. In this way, they can assemble their products in Saudi Arabia. They can make the commissioning, the testing, and the quality control of their products in Saudi Arabia, and they will be very soon considered local manufacturer even for Saudi Aramco. So when Saudi Aramco or other governmental agency that they have the local content as a mandatory regulation to deliver purchase order, in this way they will be the first, or they will be in the first in the batch of the first companies and the supplier of Saudi Aramco to be contacted. So this is just to tell you that there is possibility to do it, but this kind of investment and this kind of strategies should be, of course, designed in a proper way, And the investor means the Italian company, they should believe in the market, that they should believe in their capabilities to attack the market and to be competitive and to succeed and make this market lucrative for their turnover and revenues. Now, I stay in my, I exceed a little bit my 10 minutes. I hope my speech was useful for the crowd and for the audience. I want to say thank you to Enrico and the Italian Embassy for the opportunity to have this meeting with you, and just deliver back the line to Enrico. Thank you.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much, Fabio, and thanks for your speech. I think it has been very practical and useful for the Italian companies, because it is it explains your experience with the Italian companies. And so I think this is what the companies really need. Now we have finished all the speeches, so we can start the Q&A session. And I would like, we don't have too many questions at the moment. We have only 3 questions. So let's see the first. It says, I'm interested to receive Saber platform presentations. Thanks a lot, Silvia FANTON. So yes, of course, you will receive the presentations. I think that all the speakers are willing to send to you the presentation. So I think they authorized already, no, I was saying, but they all authorized us to send the presentation. So we will send to Anie, and they will distribute to you. Then regarding the second one, please, if it's possible to receive the presentation, Gianluca Ventura. So yes, again, it is possible, so we will do it. Third question, very important for me to know about oil and gas, Claudio. Yes, well, I hope that what Fabio Cipri said has been interesting for you. And of course, as we said, it is a very complex and very wide issue. So we are ready to give you more information that will be anyway in the line of what Fabio Cipri said, the local content, vendor list, etc. So we are ready, of course, to, if you send us an email, we can give you all the information you need. So I didn't receive any other questions at the moment. I don't know, Hussein maybe is coming. There's some.
Enrico, I do apologize. I have to run to another meeting. So apologies for that. Thank you for organizing this. And
okay.
I'm at your service whenever you need. Okay?
Okay. Many thanks, Jeru. Many thanks, really. See you soon. Bye. Bye. Sì, poi vediamo. Can I have the contact details of Mr. Fabio Cipri? Well, yes, of course. We will give you. Is it possible to have all contacts of all the speakers? Yes, no problem. So we will send again to Anie all the contacts so that you may have them for sure. Yeah, okay. At the moment, we don't have any other question. Say there is something else, or?
No, all the question regarding receiving the presentation of all the speakers and also the contacts of the speaker. So I already mentioned our email address, and I'm also telling now Riyad without H, RIYAD@ICE.IT. So you can send that and request, and we will send all the presentation and all the contact of all the speakers. We a lot of inquiry regarding the contact of TUV, of Mr. Fabio Cipri, of also the Italian, Mr. Fabio Cipri, from different Mrs. Michela, Mrs. Silvia, Mrs. Barica. So we will send all the contact. Please send us an email to Riyad, RIYAD@ICE.IT, the contact email of the Italian Trade Reparation section of the Italian Embassy in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Thank you very much.
Yeah, anyway, you can go to our website of ICE, and you can find all the information and also the publications of the Italian Trade Agency in Riyadh. And so, well, if there are not any other questions, I would like to say thank you to everybody, to all the companies, to all the speakers. We are, as we said, here available for any further assistance. We give you the appointment for the companies that are interested to the webinar specifically on the Giga project. There will be 5 Giga projects, the ones that I spoke about, but there will be 10 minutes for each Giga project, and there will be the representatives of the Giga project speaking, and then there will be Yaroub Al-Dagiter on behalf of the ministry. There will be also the deputy minister of the Ministry of Investment, the Italian ambassador, and the general director of the Italian Trade Agency. So, so if there are not other questions, I really thank you for your attention, and I hope to see you soon in Saudi Arabia or in some other webinars. Thanks a lot, Mr. Loay Al Baba. Thanks a lot to Fabio Cipri and to Tamer Kaza that I don't see now at the moment anyway. And so, see you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
You, bye-bye.